The Jobs Act was certainly a big victory for entrepreneurs and capital formation in the United States. And while crowdfunding and general solicitation have received a lot of attention recently, Title VI of the Jobs Act remains a very important provision of that bill. By modernizing SEC registration thresholds for community banks, Title VI lifts outdated burdens off of small lenders and will allow these institutions to raise more capital and increase lending in their communities. And in fact, a number of community banks around the country have already taken advantage of this provision. And when you consider that community banks provide over half of the lending to small businesses, that is good news for our economy. Unfortunately, the updated thresholds in Title VI have not concurrently been raised for savings and loans. Although it seems clear that congressional intent was to include S&Ls with these new thresholds. Savings and loans perform largely the same functions as banks, are regulated by the same agencies, and are subject to the same reporting requirements as our banks. Not applying these new thresholds to S&Ls was really more of an oversight than anything else. Missouri is home to about 20 S&Ls that could potentially benefit from these updated thresholds. Almost all of these institutions have less than $1 billion in assets, and with Missouri losing over 8,000 jobs during the month of March, lifting outdated burdens off of small lenders can go a long way towards helping our economy grow. In order to put savings and loans on equal footing with community banks today, we are considering the Holding Company Registration Threshold Equalization Act, a bill which I have co-sponsored, but for the record, did not name. This legislation will fulfill congressional intent by applying these new thresholds to savings and loans. As an added bonus, like many of the other bills we are considering today, this legislation is bipartisan, and I want to thank Mr. Himes of Connecticut and Mr. Delaney of Maryland for their work on this bill also. I also want to thank the sponsor of the bill, Mr. Womack of Arkansas, who is not a member of the committee but has taken up an important issue here. I urge passage of the bill and yield back my time, Mr. Chairman.